Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to learn about the conditional statements like if, if-else, if-elif. So till now what are the programs we have written? All the programs are getting executed from top to bottom and all lines are executed. Means for suppose if the program contains 10 lines, 10 lines will be executed one after another. We never skipped any statement. Now when it comes to the conditional statements, here if the given condition is satisfied, then only will execute the specific statement. Otherwise those statements will be skipped. So let's go through that. So here we are going to discuss about the if condition first. So this is the syntax of the if condition. Here if you carefully observe that, here if is the keyword, after that you have to give a space and you have to write the condition. So here condition can be specified by using any relational operator. After that you have to give the colon. After giving the colon, you have to change the line. By giving indentation, you have to write the set of statements. So here before the statement 1, you have to give some space. Then you have to write. That concept is called as the indentation. Now here under the if, what are the statements are having same indentation? All together called as the if block. Meaning is that if the given condition is true, all the statements under if block will be executed. If the given condition is false, all the statements in if block will not be executed. So that's all about the if condition. By keeping this point in your mind, you have to start writing the program. And here one more important point is that under if condition you can write any number of statements. You can write one statement, two or 100 or 1000 statements. Any number of statements can be written under the if. So let's write some sample program. So here first line is the example for if. I have kept in the comments. Already I told that comments are not executed by the Python interpreter. Now first take some variable with some value. So here I am taking as the 60. Assume that these are the marks of the student. Assume that these are the marks of the student. Here marks is the variable. Marks is the variable and which is having value 60. Now what I have to do is if student scores above 35 marks, then you have to display one message on the screen, passed. Otherwise do not display anything. That is the question. Now here simply write that what is the syntax of the if. First you have to write the keyword if. Write if. Then by using relational operator, here you have to specify the condition. So simply write marks is the variable which is contains the actual data. Now condition is that if any student scores above 35, for checking that one we have to use the greater than symbol, marks greater than 35, and immediately you have to keep one colon symbol, colon. Yeah. So now that if statement main line is completed. Now click there. So automatically by giving some space, cursor is blinking on the screen, means indentation will be automatically given by the editor. Now from there you have to continue. So here what message you have to print? Print. You have to print a message, pass. Yeah. So after that, if you want to print any other message, you can keep it. Print. You can write all the best. So like that, whatever the message you want to keep, you can keep it. Now after that, now save your program and run. Let's check that how it is working. I saved my program. Click on run module. Yeah. So here it is showing that pass and all the best. Why it is showing that? So here initially, so let us see how it will be executed. Assume that this is the first line. In first line 60 will be assigned to the variable marks. After that it come to the second line. In second line here if is the keyword. So whenever this if keyword encounters, immediately it checks the condition whether it's true or false. Here what is the value in the variable marks? 60. 60 is greater than 35. Condition has been satisfied. Condition is true. So if condition is true, then what are the statements here written under the if? All the statements will be executed. Here we have written two statements, print pass, print all the best. Two messages has been displayed on the screen. Now in case if the student marks are 29, now let's run the program. So here marks of the students are 29. Come here and check the condition. Marks contain the variable contain 29. 29 greater than 35. Here condition became false because 29 is not greater than 35. If the condition is false, statements in the if will not be executed, means nothing will be printed on the screen. Just close and run. Yeah, now I'm running this program. See this one, nothing has been printed. So this is the way if statement works. If the condition is satisfied, it will execute set of statements. If condition is false, it will skip those statements, it will not execute those statements. Simple. Now we'll expand this. After all the best, so here if I click on the enter after the all the best, so where do cursor is going? Under the if, means this is having alignment with the if block. If you click on the backspace, now cursor is blinking parallel to this one, marks if and parallel. Now write a statement print thank you. Now what happens? Now how do this program will run? If you carefully observe that, so this is the line number 1, marks equal to 29. Next check the condition, 29 greater than 35, condition became false. So under the if, these two statements are there. Under the if, these two statements are there. The condition became false, so these two statements will not be executed. Now after that, if block is completed. By these 3 lines, if has been completed. After the if, what is the next statement which are having the same indentation? This one. So print thank you will be executed. So run this program and check. Now thank you has been displayed. Now, so change the marks to above 35 now. Now run this program. So here if you carefully observe that, marks 45 is greater than 35, condition is true. If condition is true, these two statements will be executed. After finishing the if statement, this if all are completed, then thank you will be printed. Yeah. So pass, all the best and thank you. So what is the conclusion is that even if the condition is true or false, statements outside the if will be executed. The statements inside the if, these two statements only depends on the condition. If the condition is true, these two will be executed. Otherwise, these two will not be executed. So that is about the if statement. Next we are going to discuss about the if else. Next conditional statement is there, if else. So what we have seen in if condition, condition is true, it executes set of statements. Condition is false, it is not executing anything. When it comes to the if else, if the given condition is true, the statements in if block will be executed. If the given condition is false, the statements in else block will be executed. So this is the syntax. First you have to write the if space condition colon, and you have to write the set of statements with some indentation, because these two statements belongs to if condition. After that, immediately you have to come back and you have to write the else colon, then you have to write another set of statements. So these statements after the else called as the else block, the statements after the if is called as if block. So here how it works is that if the condition is true, then statements in if block will be executed, means statement 1 and statement 2. If the condition is false, then statements in else block will be executed, statement 3 and 4. So this is the question. This is the concept of if else. Now let's do some practical examples. Now here, right? So now we are going to discuss about if else statement. So here if you carefully observe that in if statement, if the condition is true, it is displaying some message. If the condition is false, it is not displaying anything. So that's why we are going with the else. So here after print, you have to come back in the alignment. Now you have to write the else statement parallel to if. This else should be written parallel to the if, because both are interlinked. Now write, display the message print fail and print another message better luck next time. Yeah. So if you carefully observe that here we have written two blocks. These two statements are called as the if block because these are having indentation along with if. These two statements are comes under else block. These two are having indentation with else. Now already I told that here if the given condition is true, these two statements will be executed. If the given condition is false, the statements in else block will be executed. If you carefully observe that if and else both are executed based on same condition, means both are interlinked. So finally either if block will be executed or else block will be executed. Both will not be executed at the same time. That is the important point we have to remember. Either if block will be executed or else block will be executed, but both the blocks will not be executed at the same time. Now run the program. It is showing the message pass, all the best. The reason is that marks variable contain 45. Let's execute with the if statement. 45 greater than 35, true. If the condition is true, these two statements will be executed because these two are under the if block. Pass and all the best. For suppose here I give the marks as the 25. Now run the program. If marks 25 is greater than 35, condition became false. If the condition is false, then these statements in if block are not executed. Then statements in else block will be executed. If the condition is false, then statements in else block will be executed. Let's run the program and check. Fail and better luck next time. So that is the difference between if and if else. If means condition is true, it will do something. If condition is false, it will not do anything. When it comes to the if else, if condition is true, it will run one set of statements. If condition is false, it will run another set of statements in else block. So this is about if else statement. For suppose let's write a program to take age of person and display eligible to vote or not. So let us see. So how to take value from the user? Already we have discussed. Take one variable age equal to, we have to take input from the user. So I need which function? Input. Open the brackets. Here write keep a message, enter age. Yeah. So here already we have discussed that input function always gives the data in the form of a string. So that's why you have to convert into the integer. Yeah. Now what we have done? We have taken the age from user and stored in the variable age. Now after that we have to check a condition. If, so what is the eligibility for vote? 18 years. If age is greater than or equal to 18. So remember that whenever you want to check greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, you have to write it like this. So this is greater than or equal to and this is less than or equal to. So similarly I have to write, yeah, greater than or equal to 18 and put colon. So carefully remember that first you have to use the keyword if, then condition, immediately you have to put a colon. If you are not keeping a colon, this program won't run. So next we'll try without colon what happens. If age is greater than or equal to 18, what you have to do? You have to display the message print eligible to vote. If the age is below 18 years, if the user age is below 18 years, then you have to run the else statement. Then you have to print not eligible to vote. Yeah. Now let's run the program and check how it is running. Yeah. Wait. Now run. So enter age. I enter the age 23 and click on enter. It is displaying the message eligible to vote. So how it run? So whenever user enter any value, that value will be stored in the variable age. So I have entered 23. 23 has been stored in this variable. After that, in a if, I am checking the condition. 23 is greater than or equal to 18. Yes, condition is true. If the condition is true, the statements in if block will be executed. Here there is only one statement. That's why display the message eligible to vote. After that, else will not be executed. If the condition is true, else will not be executed. If the condition is false, if will not be executed. Now run the program with another data. Now enter the age as the 17. Now it is displaying the message not eligible to vote. So here if you carefully observe that whenever user enters 17 will be stored in the variable age. After that we check a condition, 17 greater than or equal to 18, condition became false. So the statements in if block will not be executed, then statements in else block will be executed. Not eligible to vote. Now for suppose if you want to keep any statements after the if else, simply click on backspace and write print thank you. Yeah, so meaning is that, so this if you carefully observe that this print statement is not in if else block or not in if block, meaning is that after finishing complete if else, then this print will be executed. So if the condition is true or false, whatever the statements after if else, from there execution will be continued, program execution will not be stopped. First it takes the age, then checks the condition. Condition is true, if block will be executed. Condition is false, else block will be executed. Then if else has been completed. After finishing that, with the same if else alignment, what is the very first statement? This one. Then from here execution will be continued. Meaning is that this thank you will be printed either in the condition is true or false. Let's run the program and check. Enter the age 28. See this one, eligible to vote and thank you. So this is the way you have to write a programs about if else. Next we are going to discuss about if-elif. So what is the purpose? So in if else we are checking only one condition. If the condition is true, we are doing something. If condition is false, we are executing another set of statements. In case if the first condition is false, instead of blindly executing the else, you want to check another condition. Then you have to use elif, if-elif concept. So here how you have to write is that first you have to write if space condition 1, then set of statements. Here you have to write the colon. Then instead of else, if you want to check another condition, if first condition becomes false, in such case you want to check another condition, then you have to write elif space condition, and colon is as usual. After that you have to keep set of statements. In case if this condition is false, then without checking any condition, if you want to run set of statements, then you can write the else. Now listen once again. If the condition 1 is true, the statements in if block will be executed. In case condition 1 is false, then come to elif and check the condition 2. If the condition 2 is true, then the statements in elif block will be executed. In case if this condition is also false, what's next? Else. Then statements in else block will be executed. So conclusion is that if all the above conditions are false, then statements in else block will be executed. Now let's write a programs. Next we are writing if-elif. So generally here we can write a best example for calculating the grades of the students. For suppose here, so greater than 90 marks A grade, 80 to 90 marks B grade, 70 to 80 marks C grade, below 70 you want to keep it as fail. So with this criteria I want to write a program. So here I can check multiple conditions. So let us see how to write the program. First take the marks from the students. I have taken the variable mar. So here I am assigning I am taking the value from the user input, enter marks. Yeah, so marks has been taken from the user. Now you have to check the condition. So what is the first condition? If the user is having more than 90 marks, then he should get the A grade. So if marks greater than 90. This is the first condition, colon. Then print a message A grade. First thing is over. In case if the first condition is false, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of first condition false? Means marks are not above 90, below 90. If marks are below 90, then check another condition, elif. Then check another condition, elif. So here write if first condition false, meaning is that marks are below 90. Then you have to check that if marks are above 80. Then print a message B grade. Then in case if second condition is also false, what is the meaning? Marks are below 80. Marks are below 80. So marks are below 80 and marks are above 70. I am checking another condition. In such case, user is getting print C grade. Yeah. After that, even third condition is also false. What is the meaning? Marks are below 70. Already I have given the criteria. If student scores less than 70 marks, you have to declare as the fail. So simply put else, doesn't need to check a condition and print a message fail. So this is the way you can write if-elif. So let's run the program with different inputs. Run the program. Here enter the marks 95. It is showing that A grade. So let us see how it runs. First, marks has been taken from the user. By using the input function, I enter the marks 95. After that, it checks the condition. What are the marks value I have entered? 95. 95 is greater than 90. Condition is true. Then the statements in the first if block will be executed. Print A grade. If one condition is satisfied, then remaining elif and else blocks will not be executed. If first condition is satisfied, then statements in elif and else blocks will not be executed. Now run a program with next input. Here enter the marks 85. It is displaying the B grade. So let us see how it is displaying. First, 85 will be stored in the variable mar. After that, first condition will be checked. 85 greater than 90. Condition is true or false? False. 85 is not greater than 90. Then it comes to elif. Now it checks another condition. 85 is greater than 80. Condition is true. Then it print B grade. So marks are between 80 and 90. It should display B grade. Yes, it's working fine. Now run again. Now enter the marks as 72. C grade. Means I entered between 70 and 80. It should display the C grade. So let us see. Whenever I entered 72, 72 will be stored in the variable mar. So now 72 greater than 90. Condition became false. First if is false. Then it go to else. Elif. 72 greater than 80. This one is also false. Then go to next elif. 72 greater than 70. True. Condition has been true. Then statements in this elif block will be executed. C grade. Now run the program again with another input 65. It is showing the message as fail. Now run. So initially marks has been taken as 65. 65 greater than 90 false. Go and check next condition. 65 greater than 80 false. Skip. Go and check this elif. 65 greater than 70 false. So all the above three conditions are false. Whenever all if conditions are false, then automatically statements in else block will be executed. Here we have written the fail. So this is the way if elif will be executed. So I hope that everyone is getting. Now here sometimes we need to check multiple conditions by using the if statement. So generally for checking the multiple conditions we use logical operators like and comma or. These two logical operators are used. So let us see how to do. Now for suppose take one variable age equal to 15. Now I want to check that whether he is young age, middle age or old age. I want to check that whether he belongs to teenage or not. So what is the teenage? Age between 10 and 12. Sorry, 10 and 12, not 10 and 20. Assume that age between 10 years to 20 years is called as the teenage. Assume that. Or as 15 to 20. Assume that age between 15 to 20 is the teenage. I have taken 17 years. So how can I check? Here I have to check two conditions. If age is greater than or equal to 15, this is the first condition. Then you can use the operator AND. AND is the keyword. You can place another condition, age less than or equal to less than 20. Assume that. So the age between 15 and 20, assume that, not exactly, assume that 15 to 20 is called as the teenage. Then I want to check two conditions. Then you have to write it like this. Now print a message, teenage, yeah, else print not teenage. So if you carefully observe that in a if, by using the if statement, I specified the two conditions. First condition is age greater than or equal to 15. Second condition is age less than or equal to 20. Two conditions I have given. But in between I have written one logical operator that is called the AND. The meaning is that if both the conditions are true, this condition is true and this condition is true, then only overall it will be taken as satisfied or true. If both the conditions are true, then statements in if block will be executed. That is the meaning. So here age is the 17. 17 greater than or equal to 15. First condition is true. Then 17 less than or equal to 20. Second condition is also true. If both the conditions are true, then the statements in if block will be executed. So this is the concept of logical AND. In case, let's run the program and check. Displaying the message teenage. Now enter that 12 years. Now check that age is 12. 12 greater than or equal to 15. First condition became false. And age less than or equal to 20. 12 less than or equal to 20. Second condition is true. One condition is true and one condition is false. Then what happened? Then this overall condition is not satisfied. Then statements in else block will be executed. Statements in else block will be executed. Already told clearly. So whenever you are giving multiple conditions using logical operators by using AND OR, whenever you are using AND, both the statements should be true for executing statements under the if block. If both the statements are true, then it will be executed. What if you use OR? What if you use OR? In case here I have written OR. So whenever you have written logical OR operator, here any one condition is true is enough. For suppose age is above 15 is also okay. Age is below 20 is also okay. So let's write with some meaningful example. For suppose age is above, I taken 65. Now assume that we are checking for vaccination. Assume that we are going for vaccination. Here they are giving for senior citizens and female. Means for ladies also they are giving. For all people generally, all the senior citizens they are giving the vaccine, and female of any age group they are giving. Now here how many conditions we are checking? Two conditions. Gender equal to, I have taken male. Assume that for this candidate I have taken as the male. So already we told that here we are using the string variable. This is the string literal values. This is the string variable. Now here I want to check two conditions. Age is greater than 60 means senior citizens. This is the first condition. Or gender double equal to female. So why I have used double equal to? So here equal to symbol is used for assigning value to the variable, means storing value in the variable. Double equals to symbol is used for comparing two values. Now, so let us give eligible to vaccination. Here you can write not eligible. So let's run this program and check. So first line is contain age equal to 65. Second line gender is male. Now come here. What is the first condition? Age is above 60 years. Condition is true. Then what is there after immediately condition? Or. Whenever or is there, among both the condition, any one condition is true, that is enough. Doesn't need to check second one. If first condition is true, then directly execute statements under the if block. Doesn't need to check the second one at all. The reason is that among both the condition, if there is at least one condition is true, then statements under if block will be executed. Now assume that I enter the age 54. Now run the program. Age is 54, gender male. If age is greater than 60, condition became false. Age 54 greater than 60, false. Or first condition false, then check the second condition. What is the value in the gender variable? Male. Male double equal to female. Is male is equals to female? No. Second condition is also false. So if both the conditions are false, then statements under if block will not be executed. Then statements in else block will be executed. Now run the program and check. Not eligible. So whenever you are using the logical OR, if both the conditions are false, then statements in else block will be executed. If any one condition is true, then statements in if block will be executed. So let's make this as the female. Let's check female. If you run this program, initially age is 54, gender is female. Let's come and check the condition. 54 greater than 60, condition became false. Leave. Go to the second one. This gender variable contain female. Female double equal to female. Both the things are matched. Condition is true. Then it runs the statements under the if block. Given condition is true, then it executes the statement is under if block and else will not be executed. Now run the program and check. See this one, at bottom it is showing the message eligible to vaccination. So like this here. So this is the way you can specify multiple conditions by using the if block. So this is the way you can do some basic programs using if else, if-elif. So that's all about this.